Oh, there's one. Ooh, that fish feels pretty good. Golly. Not a bad bass right there. Out from under that piling. I'm fishing today with my buddy Mike Wisecarver. Mike owns Booyah Clean. That's a nice bass right there.
That's beautiful.
Nothing wrong with that fish right there at all. We've been down here, actually, I'm down here with my buddy Roland Martin, and oh yeah, that's a nice fish. And we are shooting some Booyah Clean stuff for social media and television and stuff. And so we got through and we had a couple hours left, and Roland said, Jimmy, he said, there's thousands of bass around in this marina. And so if there's thousands of bass, I'm gonna fish. Now Roland sometimes is not always telling the exact truth, but you know, there are a lot of fish around here. And so I told Mike, I said, well, let's go out there and fish a couple, 2 or 3 hours before it gets dark. So that's what we're doing. And we're seeing a literal jillion of fish, a jillion fish on our locator back here. I'm talking about a jillion of them. It's just amazing how many. That's a good start right there. Mike lost a couple on a red man spinnerbait, or had one he lost, one that he missed. I'm throwing a lucky strike worm right now. We'll just see how it goes here. One I caught was a nice one too. That's good. That is good, Michael. Oh, that's a bigger one than what I had. That's a good one right there. Oh, woo, way to go, buddy. Well, maybe Roland was right. Maybe there are thousands of fish around this marina. This is a big, giant marina. There's lots and lots. There's like a jillion places for the fish to be. We'll probably catch them on a spinnerbait. We might be able to catch them on a crankbait back here too. That's a good fish right there. Oh yeah, nice fish. Dadgum right.
That's a good one there.
Real good one.
It was a good fighting fish there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that size right there. You know, it's really windy. It'd probably be pretty rough getting out there anyway and fishing today outside. So one of the things about it, when the wind blows, you can't always get back in these places like that. And if you get around wood down here, it seems like to me, if you get around wood, you get around bass. Yep. They love the wood, whether it's man-made wood or natural wood.
That's a beautiful fish there.
Beautiful fish.
Let's turn him back so Roland can catch him.
Yeah, he needs all the help he can get. Hands, holy cow, that's a big fish, whatever it is. Holy cow, it might be a red. That's a big catfish.
Big old catfish.
It's a big catfish, golly.
Jeez.
Look at that catfish.
That's
a big catfish. That's a big catfish right there.
Woo!
Pull off out here in the middle where I can play with him a while. He's wrapped up there for a minute, wasn't he? He couldn't swim. Now he can swim. We don't even have a dip net. That's a big catfish. Golly, big channel cat. God, look at that catfish. Holy cow. Yeah, big blue. God, he's beautiful.
He's a big one.
Holy moly. He just barely hooked. I mean, just barely hooked.
He was sitting right there in the middle of the slip, huh?
Yeah, he was right by that pole. I flipped out that pole and dick. I got him. Yeah, he's heavy. 8 or 9 pound fish. Holy cow. That's a nice catfish. They're trying to twist it. They twist until they twist off. Put your hand in their mouth, they bite down on you, can't get loose. God. He got down on I had my thumb in his mouth. He bit down on it and he twisted and twisted off. Twisted my thumb. Golly, holy cow. Don't do that, Jimmy. I thought I could hold his mouth open, but I couldn't quite lift him. He's so heavy I couldn't lift him.
He's a big one.
He ought to twist his hook out and get loose. Boy, he cut my thumb all to pieces. He won't open his gill plates either. I can get a hold of him, but I can't get him. I can't get my hand in his gill plates. He spins and comes off. I can get in there, but I can't get a hold of anything. I'm not putting my thumb back in his mouth. It's bleeding like crazy. Golly, what do I do? Can't get my hand. I get him under. It's gonna break my finger if I get under there too far. I get my hands under his gill plates. I can't pick him up. Oh my gosh. My gosh. Boy, listen at him. Listen to him. He cratered my thumb. I don't want him down on my carpet. See if you can get my hook out of his mouth, Mike.
Yes, sir.
Holy cow. Holy cow. That's a giant fish. Holy cow. Run that camera on the deal real quick. The telephone.
Boy, you hooked him good.
I mean, yeah, I had him hooked. What's one thing about catfish? You get them hooked. They're hooked. Look at that. That's a 10-pound fish right there. Look at my thumb. He got my thumb and he twisted it around. And look how my thumb's getting black and blue. It's terrible looking. Look at that fish. That's a 10 or 12-pound blue cat right there. It's beautiful. My thumb is bleeding. I stuck my thumb in his mouth. He clamped down on it. I couldn't get it out. I couldn't get it out of his mouth. And he was twisting. He finally twisted it out. Oh, he's going to twist my thumb off. Holy moly, what a fish. Golly, Jimmy. I ought to eat you, you big brother. You ruined my hand. But I'm going to turn you loose. Oh, man, my thumb. I mean, he crashed my thumb. Do not put your thumb in one of them's mouth. I need a medic. Doctor, I need a medic. I didn't want to get him on my boat. God, look at my thumb. This is terrible. Look at my thumb. You see it right there? It's just scraped all the way around. He turned my fingernail sideways. Still got some of that slime on me. Golly, what a fish. Holy cow. I thought I had a state record Louisiana bass there. I knew it wasn't a bass when he started doing that. He took off. Woo-hoo-hoo. Ah. Oh my goodness. My goodness. Ah.
That was a big catfish there, buddy.
Ah. Wow. Ah. Golly. Look how twisted my line is. He's twisted so much. There's one.
Hey.
I only found one on a spinnerbait there, Mike.
There you go.
I don't know if it's a catfish or a bass.
That was
Jumping
a
like a
bass
bass.
there, huh?
You know, you never know though. Wait, the way I am. Pretty nice fish. The fish in here are nice. They're just kind of hard to come by. Ooh. Jump all over that. Now this fish, look at here. This fish has been on a stringer. See that right there? He's been on a stringer. Right there. That's where they have it on some stringer. Probably the only one he caught, and he decided not enough to eat, so he turned him back. The bass says, lucked out again. Been on that stringer, lucked out again. Mike, this Marina here, I saw that gallon of Booyah sitting under those Mercury motors back there where they've been cleaning that boat. Booyah Clean is the only EPA approved cleaner, right? Where you can use it and let it and wash it right into the lake, right into the water.
Our product line is a full marine line of marine products that are EPA safe for choice. Most of them are all EPA safe for choice, direct release. Yeah.
So they can wash their boat in a stall and rinse it off in the lake. It doesn't hurt a thing.
Freshest saltwater lake, freshest saltwater doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. And very safe. It is the only clearinghouse that is with the EPA. So that really makes it important because everybody makes claims about cleaners, but the reality is there's only one clearinghouse. That's the EPA Safe for Choice Direct Release Standard. And it's very stringent, Roland, very stringent to meet.
And most of the, that's an EPA, it's not a mandatory deal, but it's recommended. But a lot of the states now are passing a law where you can't use any other kind of cleaner, right?
Right, they're starting to, some of the states now are starting to look at implementing that with their Clean Marina programs to where, you'll have to use more environmentally safe products. And so what they look at is why not use the EPA Safe for Choice, because it has all the aquatic toxicity requirements, also has the biodegradability standards, so it makes a big difference when you have all of that that's certified by the EPA for
Everything in there, not just one or two parts of it, but all of it.
Right.
On that spinnerbait. Pretty nice fish there too, by golly.
There he is.
Yeah, pretty nice fish. Thought he was smaller than that. You know what? They're not sitting on that stuff. They're out here on all this bait fish we're seeing. Boy, those are nice ones, aren't they? Man, look at that fish. He's beautiful. That doesn't have any stringer marks on him. What I'm talking about, spinnerbait. Spinnerbait. Yeah, maybe we just need to be fishing spinnerbait and crankbait, you know, fishing off the bank. They're not up there real tight. All this bait fish, there's so much bait in here. Seeing tons and tons of bait. And I'm seeing fish around them that look like bass. There's so many different kinds of fish down here in the Venice area. You just never know, but I'm seeing a lot of fish around them, and evidently these fish might just be out cruising around, a lot of them, out away from the bank, feeding on all that bait fish, whatever kind of bait fish that is. There's one. Not a big one, but another spinnerbait bass. Those fish are not hanging on structure, they're off of it. And we fished that structure all day and had a much tougher time. That's about the smallest one we caught, and nothing wrong with him, really. Not bad. He was just like right out in the middle of that thing. He wasn't around any structure at all. I think that's where a lot of them critters are. Oh, there he is. Another one. They're out away from that wall. They're not up there close. They're out away. That's another pretty good little bass there, too. Oh, yeah, nice fish. Good fish, yeah. Now, we figured out how to catch them, I think. Catch them on spinnerbait, slow rolling spinnerbait out away from the wall. Red man spinnerbait. Oh, nice fish. Good ones. Oh, my thumb is so sore that every time I stick it in the bass's mouth, it goes, ah, Jimmy, get me out of here. But the bass don't clamp down on it. Baby, baby, baby. Ha, ha, ha. You know, Mike, the new product that you showed us down here this week, the Booyah Shine, that's got the ceramic in it.
Yes, sir.
I was talking to somebody about that after you showed it to us, and they said that it's got a lot more ceramic, like 4 to 8 times what any product that has that ceramic in it, and that's what causes an extra shine. Is that true?
We have a higher percentage of ceramic in most of the low-end products. And the reason why we do that is because ceramic fills in the voids that you don't see, the microscopic voids, and the nanotechnology seals it on top, and then as you buff more and more on it, it seals and fills in those pores, so you get a higher gloss retention and more protection on your automobile.
So every time you're adding it and shining it, it's making it shinier, more shiny.
It's making it shiner, giving it a lot more protection.
Yeah, I'll be. Spinnerbait, I'm up here catching one.
Look at you.
I'm catching one on a red man spinnerbait. That's the smallest one of the whole day right there. You caught a biggest one of the day, though. I mean, that's a big one you caught right there. That one you caught is 200 foot tall. You know how many casts I made in there? Because I was waiting to get your bait loose. I don't know how many throws I made. Finally, that bass.
And right in there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
right
right
off the edge of that big old cypress.
Isn't that crazy? Jimmy, bass can see pretty good in stained water.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, muddy water. Ooh, that's
There
a
you
nice
go.
one. That's a nice one. They're out they're not on, look at that, look how many black spots that fish has got on him. Look at that. Wow. Look at all those black spots. Man, look at that.
Oh, there's one.
You got one too. That little pocket right there is a good one. Got nice fish in it. Golly. That's a good one too. Look at all those black spots on that fish. You ever see that much
Look
black
at that.
pigmentation right there? Oh man, that's a nice one too. Red man spinnerbait paying off. Double
Yes,
time,
sir.
double time right there. And he was out in the middle of that thing, wasn't he?
He sure was. I followed up right behind you, Jimmy.
Yeah, they're not in on structure. They're not on the wood or the hyacinths or rocks. They're right out. They're off out of the way from there because all the bait's out away from the bank. And there's so much bait. The key to catching the fish today out here, we got out here, you know, to fish a few hours this afternoon before dark, and we've done really pretty well. We haven't really smoked them, but we've really done pretty well. And the fish we caught have been nice. But one of the key things was watching our fish locator, watching our fish finder. I had my Garmin live scope, and I'm just seeing tons and tons of bait out in open water. I mean, tons of bait, and I'm seeing bass around them. And so what we actually started doing, as you would normally do in a place like this, is we fished the visible wood structure. We fished the pilings, we fished the boat piers, we fished underneath boats, we fished rocks, you know, things that was visible, but we didn't really catch many fish that way. And then we finally started, I think I caught like 1 or 2 fish on a spinner bait, and of course that big giant catfish on a worm, I mean 1 or 2 fish on a worm, big giant catfish. And then we decided that we'll just slow roll some spinner baits around in open water out in front of the normal structure that we were going to be fishing. That started producing, that started catching fish. So what you want to do is watch your bait where you're fishing, the bait fish. Where you start seeing bait fish, that's where the fish are going to be. If they're around close to the structure, then the bass are going to be close to the structure. But these fish were not on the structure at all. We probably only caught, maybe of all the fish we caught this afternoon, maybe only a couple, 2 or 3 bass that was really located on structure. That big catfish was on structure, he was on a pole. But most of the rest of the fish was out in front of the structure in open water. So, you know, a good rule of thumb is fish the heaviest possible cover you can find to catch bass. But a better rule of thumb might be wherever the bait are, that's where the bass is going to be. Pay attention to that fish finder. You don't always have to be looking at bass. A lot of times if you're looking at bait, that's all you need. Take a red man spinner bait, it'll whack them, whack them, whack them. Guys and girls, have you a great one out there.